This video guide will walk you through entering information into Ecology's Certificate of Financial Responsibility, or COFR, application to satisfy Washington State's requirements for demonstrating financial responsibility for oil spills. This video will show you how to request permission to access your facilities and create a COFR application. Follow the link from the Ecology COFR webpage. The COFR application is hosted by Secure Access Washington, or SAW. Instructions on how to set up your SAW account can be found on the Ecology COFR webpage. From SAW, you will enter the COFR application portal. The application homepage includes some basic instructions and tips for completing your application. Refer to the instructions document linked on the Ecology COFR webpage for more details regarding the application process. You will see a COFR tab and Facilities in the upper left corner of the page. The first step will be to request access to your facilities. Before you can create an application, you need to request access for your applicable facilities. You may request access for all your facilities or a portion of your facilities. You will only be able to submit a COFR for facilities that you have access to. Navigate to the Facilities tab in the upper left corner of the page. The default view is a list of facilities that you already have access to. This list may be blank if this is your first time using the application. Click Show All to see a complete list of facilities. For all your applicable facilities, select Request Access. The status will change to Pending. All access requests will be reviewed by Ecology COFR staff. You will need to check back at the Facilities page to see if your permissions requests have been approved. If your request has remained in pending status for longer than 2 business days, please reach out directly to cofr@ecy.wa.gov. Once your facility permissions have been approved by Ecology, it is time to submit your COFR application. At the top left of the page, there is a tab titled COFR. Here would be a list of applications you may have started or previously submitted. For the first time around, this list may be blank. Remember that all fields in an application are required. If a question does not apply, answer not applicable or NA. Incomplete applications will not be processed until Ecology receives all necessary information. Select New COFR. The first page of the application is General COFR Info. Here you will name your application. A facility, company name, or general descriptor may be helpful. Save and navigate to the next page. If you have not saved your information, the application will prompt you to save. Here's where you will indicate which facility you will be creating the application for. You may choose all of your organization's facilities, or one, or a portion of them. If you select a portion of your facilities, an additional application or applications must be submitted for the other facilities, along with the required proof of financial responsibility. Select from the drop-down menu to see your list of approved facilities. If you had not previously requested access to a facility, you will be unable to proceed further. Select your facilities. Click Add to add the facilities to the application list. Save and navigate to the next page. Here's where you will enter the submitter and the responsible party contact information. This needs to match the information provided on the attestation forms and the delegation forms. Submitter contact information should be for the individual submitting the application. Responsible party information should be for the individual with the authority to sign the COFR application, usually the binding agreement signature as identified in your contingency plan. If the submitter is different than the responsible party, The application will need both a delegation form from the responsible party and an attestation form from the submitter. Save and navigate to the next page. This page shows your required financial responsibility amount based on the documented worst-case spill volume for each facility. Select the green arrow next to the worst-case spill volume amount. The application will fill in your financial responsibility amount and show how it is calculated. If there are multiple facilities in the application, you only need to select one worst-case spill volume. You will be required to select the highest worst-case spill volume if there is variance in the calculated financial responsibility across facilities. Towards the bottom of the page, select which method or combination of methods you are using to prove financial responsibility. For this example, I will be using letter of credit. Save and navigate to the next page. Here is where you will submit the required documentation. What is required might change depending on what method of proof you use or if the submitter is different than the responsible party. Standardized forms are available on the Ecology COFR webpage for most financial responsibility methods. Facility or vessel owners or operators are strongly encouraged to use these standard forms. If alternate forms are used, the information they provide must fulfill all requirements of WAC 173-187. Documentation of proof of financial responsibility must be attached to the application. Select Browse to choose your files. Fill out the description field to help identify the document and select a document type from the drop-down menu. You can delete documents until the application is in review by Ecology. Documents are permanently locked and cannot be edited or removed once an application is in work status. I'm going to intentionally not include the required delegation of authority form or the standby trust form to demonstrate how the application will automatically catch some documentation errors. The summary page allows you to review all your information prior to submitting your application. Missing information will be indicated by a red box. You will not be able to submit your application until missing information has been provided. You can see a red box indicating that a delegation of authority form is required because the responsible party and the submitting party are different. I am also required to include evidence of a standby trust because I am providing financial responsibility with a letter of credit. I can navigate back to the supporting documents to correct these errors. Once the missing documents have been included, I can now see there are no remaining errors. Once the application has all necessary information and you have reviewed your application details, read the attestation statement, click the acknowledgement box, and click Submit. At any point, you can view the status of your applications and any notes Ecology reviewers may have written. You can click the History button from the list of COFR applications in the COFR tab, or click the blue History button in the upper right hand of the screen when viewing your application. The status of your application will indicate when your application has been submitted, when it is under review or in work by Ecology staff, when it is approved, or if it has been returned due to incomplete or missing information. If your COFR application is returned due to missing information, The submitter will receive an email that includes a description of the information that is required. The responsible party, if different than the submitter, will be copied in on the email. Gather the required information and open the COFR application. You will be able to edit the application and resubmit as needed. If you have any questions about the application process, please contact the Ecology COFR team at cofer@ecy.wa.gov or the Financial Responsibility Unit Supervisor, Diana Davis, at diana.davis@ecy.wa.gov. We will be happy to help. Thank you and have a great day.